What if the ghosts haunting your ancestral home aren't restless spirits, but fractured reflections of the trauma you've spent a lifetime trying to outrun? In Souls in Ruin, Jacqueline White delivers a Gothic psychological thriller that transforms the haunted house trope into a visceral excavation of inherited pain, proving that the most terrifying specters are the ones wearing our own faces. This isn't merely atmospheric horror, it's a lyrical, emotionally devastating exploration of memory, female lineage, and the radical courage required to integrate brokenness rather than exorcise it. From the first creaking narration, listeners are drawn into a decaying estate where every shadow holds a confession and every locked door guards a truth too heavy to speak aloud. Perfect for fans of literary horror and multi-generational family sagas, this audiobook serves up dread that lingers like damp stone, characters whose wounds feel achingly familiar, and a mystery that resolves not with banishment, but with belonging. When archivist Alara Vance returns to Blackthorn Manor to catalog her late grandmother's estate, she expects dusty ledgers and quiet solitude, not to confront voices that whisper in her mother's cadence and visions that mirror her own suppressed grief. But as Alara uncovers journals detailing generations of women silenced by scandal and sacrifice, she realizes the manor's haunting is less supernatural intrusion than historical echo, a collective cry from ancestors denied agency, now demanding witness through her. White masterfully blurs the line between psychological unraveling and spectral presence, ensuring every eerie occurrence serves emotional revelation rather than cheap shock. The audiobook narration amplifies this ambiguity, capturing Alara's fraying composure and the ensemble of ancestral voices with vocal textures that make every whispered memory feel intimate and every moment of clarity feel hard-won. You don't just hear the haunting, you feel the weight of centuries pressing against your ribs, asking to be held. What elevates Souls in Ruin beyond typical Gothic fare is its refusal to treat trauma as curse or healing as erasure. The manor isn't evil, it's a vessel holding what society refused to acknowledge. Alara's journey isn't about defeating ghosts, but about listening to them without collapsing under their sorrow. Her allies aren't paranormal experts, but fellow survivors, the groundskeeper whose silence speaks volumes about complicity, a local historian who challenges sanitized family lore, even her estranged sister, whose anger mirrors Alara's denial. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. Wholeness isn't the absence of ruin, but the willingness to dwell with it honestly. Even the architecture serves thematic depth, with collapsing wings symbolizing repressed memories and restored rooms marking acts of reclamation. The horror emerges not from jump scares, but from the unbearable intimacy of recognizing your own pain in the eyes of those who came before. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory descent. The narrator embodies Alara's evolving perspective with remarkable range, from detached professionalism to raw vulnerability, while ancestral voices shift subtly across time periods and emotional registers, making every presence distinct yet interconnected. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant floorboards groaning under unseen weight, wind through broken panes carrying fragmented whispers, the hushed rustle of aged paper during moments of revelation, all ground psychological stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of archaeological dig, deliberate during clue gathering and reflection, then surging with urgency as connections click into place under mounting emotional pressure. Whether you're navigating twilight commutes or sitting in candlelit solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where dread and tenderness coexist seamlessly. It's storytelling as embodied reckoning, transforming passive listening into active participation in a lineage long silenced. Ultimately, Souls in Ruin redefines Gothic fiction by centering female inheritance within suspense frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for atmospheric dread and intricate mysteries while delivering substantive commentary on intergenerational trauma, bodily autonomy, and the radical act of remembering what was meant to be forgotten. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether some hauntings are invitations rather than threats, or if healing requires embracing what breaks us, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most sacred act is staying present in the ruins. Press play, step across the threshold, and prepare to believe that even shattered souls can hold light. Your next favorite story isn't waiting in clean resolutions. It's waiting in the brave, tender choice to listen to what has been screaming in silence.